introduce myself. I will to share screen in here. Time skippers, you see our slide in here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. The first I want to introduce myself that I am as chairman session for this conference. I am Suryono from head of doctoral program of information system, School of Postgraduate Studies, Diponegoro University. In these sessions, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 presenter for this conference. The topic is information systems. But I'm sorry because I on the other situations. It means that we cannot show the live video in here, just voice. And I want to invite one by one from Dian Nurstiani, Zahia Nur Aziza, Fitri Fitriana, Silviana, Imanda, Firmantias Putri, Edi Subowo, Fitria Handayani, Fitria Hindayanti Surono, and the last presenter is Nur Hadi Bashid. As the schedule of the conference that we have time about 15 minutes. 15 minutes every presenter. It means that you must divide with 2 sessions. The first is you can presentations with 10 minutes maybe. So I will to continue with discuss in 5 minutes. After that, we can continue to the next participants. For the first presenter is Dian Nur Setiani. You stay in here, Dian. Mbak Dian. Dian Nur Setiani with article ID 1835. Not stay in here. If not stay in here, I will to continue with the next participant. We can skip it. So sometime we can re-invite to presentation. Zahra Nur Aziza will open the conference oral presentation today. You can introduce yourself before, so we can continue with presentation and discuss. All of the time is 50 minutes. Are you Zahra Nur Aziza? Stay in here. Yeah.
Yes, yes, sir.
I will see the.
Pardon me.
We can start for Zahra Nur Aziza, and time is yours. Yeah.
Okay.
Time is yours.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for the time that gave to me.
Yeah. Sorry.
And I will share screen. I'm sorry, I cannot share screen.
Maybe you can try again. I already make you a co-host.
Okay, thank you. Um,
Yes,
no.
I see. It's
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank
Allah
you for
Warahmatullah.
the time that gave to me to present my journal that the title is Prediction of the Level of Public Trust in Government Policies in the First Quarter of the COVID-19 Pandemic using Sentiment Analysis. Before I explain about the journal, let me introduce myself first. My name is Zahra Aziza, and the second author is Mr. Daniel Yeri Kristianto, and we are from Institut Teknologi Telkom Purwokerto. And before this is the table of content of my presentation. First, I would like to tell about the introduction about the research that I conduct, and the second is the research method that I use in this research, and the third is the result of the research that we conduct, and lastly, I would like to explain about the conclusion of the research. Okay, let's then start with the introduction. COVID-19 has made several changes in social life, including policies set by the government. Many countries have set lockdowns or prohibited their citizens from leaving their homes to prevent the spread of the coronavirus. The policies that the government has set have caused various reactions from the public. Many people respond to government policies through social media, such as Twitter. Public trust is an essential variable in building good governance. Public trust generates legitimacy that can create social assets for the government, which are used to gain political support in government activities. In this case, sentiment analysis needs to be done. Sentiment analysis can automatically categorize opinions with pre-existing data and learning data. Sentiment analysis can categorize responses from the public into positive, negative, and neutral sentiment. This study using the naive-Bayes algorithm to classification the sentiments. The purpose of this study was to analyze public trust in the government during the COVID-19 pandemic. The main objective of this study is to determine the degree of public trust in government policies during a pandemic through sentiment analysis on Twitter. And the second is the research method that we use in this research. There are four steps research method in this study. First is data collection. This study takes data from Kaggle.com and recalculated again using a different method. The original data was analyzed using the natural language processing method, and this study uses the naive-Bayes classification method. The original data amounted to 3,000 tweets, but the data used were 100 tweets, the final number of tweets obtained by using a simple random technique. The sample size uses the following formula. N equals capital M divided by plus 1 plus capital N E squared, where N is the sample size and capital N is population size and E is the desired margin of error. The second step is processing data. This process removes elements other than sentiment, such as website links, special symbols such quotation mark, username start with @ hashtag, white space, and transforming emoticon into word equivalent. Here is the example. This is the Twitter before preprocessing. There is a hashtag coronavirus. There is a quotation mark that's special symbols, and there is a hashtag too, like UI, unemployment, paid leave for all, and there's a link. For the tweets after processing data, there is no link anymore, and there is no special data and the links. The third step is naive-Bayes classification. Naive-Bayes is a statistical analysis algorithm that process data on numerical data using Bayesian probability. Here is the formula. PCZ is PC times PZC divided by PZ, where PC is class prior probability, PZ is a predictor prior probability, PCZ is a posterior probability, and PZZ is predictor prior probability. And the next step is evaluation. The last stage after the data being classified using naive-Bayes algorithm is the evaluation stage. This stage aims to determine the accuracy of the algorithm that has been carried out. The result of the evaluation can be used to find the conclusion. Accuracy can be measured using this formula. TP plus T plus Tn divided by TP plus Fn plus Fp plus T plus Tn plus Fn, where TP is a true positive, T is true negative, Fn is false negative, Fp is false positive, Tn is true neutral, Fn is false neutral. And the next is the result of this study. There is three kind of prediction. This firstly, prediction positive has 18 true positive, has 26 true negative, and has 3 true neutral. And the prediction negative has 23 true positive, has 26 true negative, and has 3 true neutral. And the prediction neutral has 0 true positive, has 0 true negative, and has 0 true neutral. Based on the result from the 100 data, obtain 18 tweets declared true positive, 20 tweets declared true negative, 3 tweets declared true neutral in prediction positive. Obtain 23 tweets declared true positive, 26 true negative, and 3 true neutral in prediction negative. From the result, the accuracy of this research is 44.44%. And the next is the conclusion of this research is the naive Bayes successfully applies to the analysis of tweet sentiment during the first quarter pandemic COVID-19. The analysis result of this study show that the public is not satisfied with the result of the policies set by the government during first season of the COVID-19 pandemic. Based on the analysis, it is hoped that the government can use the result of the study as a reference for making new policies so that they can make better decisions. Besides that, it can also be used to help people choose the next government. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you for the attention. I give back the time to the moderator. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for Pak Zahra for your presentations. With on time in 10 minutes. So I invite some of the participants to continue with question and answer. Maybe all of the participants can raise hand. So I will to give the performance to give questions, and Mbak Nur will be Mbak Nur Aziza will be given answer. Please, for the participants, time is yours, please. Okay, if not have questions, I will to give small questions. I think that it's very interesting methods in Industrial Revolution 4.0 using sentiment analysis. So I will to give questions. How is to get data from your research? How is to get the data from the research? Untuk mendapatkan data seperti apa?
Okay, thank you for the question. So I get the data for my research is from the kaggle.com. That is the website that provides many many data sets that can be used freely, and I get from that website.
Okay, it's mean that you can collect data using manually or using some system in your development system or the other methods.
I collect the data, use the manually, and calculate it with the help with the tools RapidMiner.
Okay, I see. One questions next, please, for the participants. Time is yours. Okay, if not have questions for Mbak Zahra Nur Aziza, I think that this time is enough because we only have 15 minutes. It's okay. And we can give a virtual applause for Mbak Zahra Nur Aziza. Thank you, Mbak Zahra. So you can do the rest and discontinue your presentations. Okay.
Okay.
And I invite for the next presenters. So I must see the table. Mbak Fitriana Masrura. Mbak Fitriana Masrura, are you staying here? Fitriana Masrura, not stay here. Yeah, coming let's maybe. I will do shots from the display in here. But okay, I will just skip for the time. Silviana, hello. Are you staying here, Mbak Silviana? Okay, not present in here. Okay, for next presentation is Iman Firmantias Putri Pertiwi. Halo? Iman not present here? Imanda? Halo Imanda? Halo? I not see that Imanda in here. So Pak Edi Subowo, yeah. Edi Subowo not seen here.
Yes,
Yeah,
Professor
I see.
Yana.
Okay, yeah, I think that Pak Edi Subowo is PhD student from Diponegoro University, but you
Yes.
can introduce for yourself people. This time is yours, Pak Edi.
Oke, terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah. Thank you for Prof. Suryono. My name is Edi Subowo. I'm the student of doctoral program in information system with Prof. Suryono as a headmaster as himself. Okay, today I want to present the article with the title "Prediction Meaning of Words with What to Fact on WhatsApp Data for Disaster Topic." Okay. Okay, this is the background of my article. It comes from BNPB or National Board of Disaster Management. The data show that from 2010 and 2020, it was recorded in the Indonesian Disaster Data and Information Management Database, or TIPI, that there were 24,969 incidents with a total of 5 million casualties and 4.4 million houses affected and 19,000 damaged public facilities throughout Indonesia, or BNPB. It come from BNPB data 2020. This is the part of my research. It come from how to make a system that can give information to the public about disaster. The disaster consists of a flood and earthquakes and the fire and tsunami, topan, and mountain Europe. Europe, yes. This is the data come from social media data. It is about Twitter and WhatsApp, because the Twitter is so many people have already concerned about it. So I will try to make how about the WhatsApp data. The WhatsApp data, I try to make a mini prediction, and then from the mini prediction, it will be the word prediction to complete SPOK, or structure, prediction, object, and keterangan in Indonesia. And the input of the system is WhatsApp data. It collects every 1 hour. And then the keyword is air pollution, air impact of floods, earthquake, and landslide event. The input type is IT phone number, and it consists of text. The process is systematic of data processing, start from pre-processing, feature extraction with the FETF, and ends with an extended factorization metric word-to-fact analysis, which is called continuous back-of-word, or GPOV. And the output is one, accuracy of system, and the two, the meaning of synthesis as early detection of disaster location. And then this is the problem. The problem synthesis with multiple meaning are often found in social media, because we said that SPOK is also incomplete, so that when stemming is done, it is not able to find the right feature extraction. And then the second problem is how to produce a system that is able to extract social media data based on syllabus with multi-level classification and contextual bias metric factorization to be applied to the word-to-fact collection back-of-word GPO and with the object of disaster topic. This is the classical NLP. When the text file is the language detection, and then comes with preprocessing, modeling, and output. There are some modeling system, etc., clustering and classification, but in the future NLP is consists with deep learning. Now, one part of the learning is word-to-fact. Word-to-fact is conducted by Google on 2017. It consists of GPO and skipgram. The difference about GPO and skipgram is GPO will predict the word collection of word, and then it will predict the meaning of the collection of word. But the skipgram, it will predict the other word about the single word. So it will consist by the vagueness, and the deep learning will be helped build with activation value. And then this is the related work about our article. From one is 2020. It was given about special pieces of crowded data. The result is social media for early detection of planning, warning, and response to natural disasters such as tsunami, flood, and landslide by reviewing ongoing challenges such as considering technical, social, and policy issues at the challenge to science and practical challenge in implementing system. So, Sivan Esmeralda said that social media can predict the uh, can predict the early detection of planning, warning, and response to natural disaster. And then this is the skip brand relationship between what with word to fact. It has been presented by Key Wei Crutch in Emerging Trends Word to Fact by Google. And then number 3 is from Nawang Sari, Kusumanarmun, dan Ari Atiwibowo, Word to Fact for Indonesian Sentiment Analysis toward Hotel Review. The different about my research, and this is it is come from hotel review with the comment about the hotel. So by Arpen Nawangsari uses Chipo and the skipgram, but the Bijeng, Kim, and Ji Wing Kim said that Chipo perform better when used in news article. So the NLP task with NP Wanangsari, it consists of Chipo and skipgram. So if about Chipo performance, it will be increasingly. And then the last one is from word embedding to item recommendation. This is the continuous skipgram model. It's same with KW Crutch. The recommended method with libraries such as content-based and collaborative filtering make word to fact with promising when used as a recommendation system method. So it can say that if there are so many data, the word to fact it will be better. But it consists of, but it's different about Chipo and skipgram. If the Chipo, if there are so many data, it will be if so many data, it will be not so good. But if there is so little data, the result is good. But the other hand, in the skipgram, if there are so many data, it can be factorized, so the output data will be good. This is the method. Number 1 is WhatsApp collect data. This is the pseudo code about the collect data. I will use API WhatsApp to send phone to the admin. And then the main purpose is about the labeling. The labeling it is a tanah longsor, banjir, kebakaran, and gempa. So the text that is sent by the responder, it will be either with one of these tanah longsor, banjir, kebakaran, and gempa, and then the system will separate the text from the respondent with their classification. And then the second is text processing. It is same with presenter before me. It's about stemming, stop word removal, feature extraction, and labeling. And then number 3, after text processing, we use word to fact as a deep learning. And then for the validation, I use the simple validation, but it is still the best. This is cross-fault validation.
So, Pak Edi,
Yes.
3 minutes left
Okay,
for you.
thank you. And then the collected data. The data consists 500 data. It comes with Twitter API. Why I use Twitter? Because I I don't. This is training data. So I use Twitter data because it looks like WhatsApp data. This the data is almost same. The data was installed with label and labeled as positive and negative. This is the symbol of data, the sample of data, and then this is the result. The model used is a library for sentiment analysis. I use for the one is text blob. Text blob is it is using with classification, so it is common using by the person who is using NLP. The accuracy is very bad. It is 32% because of the default generation dengan excision is translated and adjusted according to Indonesian rules. SPOK is not right. So the prediction not so good. But in the word to fact, the accuracy is 79%. It seems very difficult to classify positive reviews with 12 percent accuracy due to the lack of positive review data. Okay, maybe the last one is collocation. The community's need for conditions that are safe from disaster is the basic for the problem of the system to be great. The system that will be great is able to detect the meaning of word from WhatsApp data obtained from the public. The data used is WhatsApp social media data, systematic of data processing start from preprocessing and ends with the extended factorization metric word-to-fact analysis. We should call it continuous back of word (GPO) to get the meaning sentences as a reputation for disaster location. The percentage of the system being able to extract WhatsApp data is 40% of the total data processed by the system, and the total accuracy on word-to-fact is 79%. Okay, the project is available if everybody here want to access. This is the link. Thank you. That's all for me. Thank you very much, and I will give back to Prof. Suryono. Thank you, Prof.
Thank you, Mas Edi Subowo. I think that it's very good and very interesting presentations for Mas Edi. So for next sessions, I invite for next time. I invite the questioner from the participants. Please. Pak Sukirman, Pak Daniel, Mbak Sevira, Pak Nur Hadi, maybe. I think this is only a little persons in these sessions. Okay, Pak Edi, I will to give a question for you. How is to get data from the social media, maybe? How is to get data as an input in your system?
Okay, thank you very much.
Get it, please.
Okay, thank you very much, Professor. Before I check the research, I consult with Prof. Naning and Pak Aris because the WhatsApp data is personal data. So and then the system should be trained with data. Because of that, I try to use Twitter data. It is not WhatsApp data, but Twitter data. Where I use this because I cannot collect WhatsApp data because the system not be conducted. Yes, and how can I get this? I take the Twitter API from for the dummy. I collected from 5 January 2021 until April 2022 with 500 of data. plus minus 500 of data. And the data I spared it with training data and training data and testing data. Okay, that's all. Ya, gitu.
Okay, one questions again.
Yes.
I think that you have accuracy of 79 maybe.
Yes.
Your accuracy. It means that not enough to have accurate informations.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it means that Mas Edi must be increased with some variable in your research. Would you like to method how is to increase the accuracy on your research?
Okay. Thank you, Professor. Yes. The accuracy is 79.9% is so low. It depends on the same project. Nawang Sarik, Usanarum, and Arif Wibowo, Pak Adi Wibowo. The accuracy is 89%. Because maybe this is the advantage of the deep learning researchers. The deep learning require very large amount of data. That's the
Yeah.
yes. So I think there are so many data, and I try to get data from Kaggle. I mean Kaggle, but some researchers, some researcher don't like to use that data. So every the primary data that is come from maybe crawling data from API is might be better. So this is the advantage. Okay, thank you.
Okay, I think this is very good idea to increase of the accuracy.
Yes.
So you can search the other parameter to get enough data from your research, because you know that if you will to publish in international journal, you must have many data variable in your inputs.
Okay, Prof.
For example, you must using a data filter before maybe you can edit the variable to training and so on. Okay, I think this is very good presentations from Mas Edi Subowo.
Okay, thank you, Prof.
Yeah, we give a virtual claps in here. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Prof.
Okay, thank you. So I will to invite the other participants as a presenters for next presenters. Mbak Fitria Hendiani, are you stand here? Mbak Fitria. Mas Edi, would you like to withdraw the presentations to disable screen share?
Okay, I've been already withdraw my screenshot.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I invite Mbak Fitria Hediayani, maaf. Fitria Hediayanti Surono. Yeah, I will to search in the display in here, but not see. Okay. I will to continue the other participants. Pak Nur Hadi Basit, yeah, I see. Pak Nur Hadi staying here. Okay. Hello, Pak Nur Hadi.
Yes.
Are you ready to
Yes, I
presentation?
stand here, Prof. Yes.
Yeah, maybe Pak Nur Hadi
Yes, I'm
can
ready.
introduce
Prof.
yourselves before. So I will to continue. We will to continue to the presentations and discuss. This time is yours, Pak Nur Hadi.
Okay. Thank you, Prof. Sureno. Can I share screen first? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks to all to be me from this promoting getting processing data and JS is study is Kelaten district. The kind of my presentation is from is intervention methodology result in discussion and conclusion. Okay. Flood can be used by climate change and increase the frequency and intensity of high rainfall, flooding from other areas that are higher altitude. Nah, okay, we know flooding is because higher rainfall in the area, and then the area is surface and low between other area is and then flooding can be flood get up because the river is flooding, and flood disaster can cause a lot of loss such as the transportation sector, agriculture sector. So they can disrupt the original economy because that we know mapping of flooding is the update the data is can be management disaster. Is use remote sensing can be get new data JS to be get flooding disaster.
Suryono.
Yeah, I think that is any problem for the internet connections from Pak Nur Hadi, but we find it's to continue, Pak Nur Hadi. Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry, Prof. Suryono. My connection in but I think
No problem. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Just to continue.
Okay. Okay. The data is the research is one is as Sentinel-2 L1C and Lancet Oli, and three is DEMNAS forest rainfall data from 2010 and 2019, and geographical data, river data, hydrology data, soil type and file survey to get accuracy assessment. Okay, this flow chart is my research as I said to pre-processing using a radiometric and geometric, and then using algorithm LST, NDVI, and DVI, and LST and can get the lens surface temperature, and NDVI is to get index vegetation, and the NDVI to get the wetness area. And then Sentinel-2 to processing using correction radiometric, and then use OBIA, object-based image analysis, to get a map of land use. Processing OBIA is used in this process in this research using 16 parameter of segmentation, and then the land use is used to get 5 classification. And then I use the DEMNAS is a processing to get a slope data, and then I refer geological hydrograph in I classification one data is a 5 class, and rainfall data I process to get a prediction or area. I use 7 climatology. I use the methodology is polygonization to get a map of rainfall prediction, and field survey is used to validation of map and use, and then flood mapping of flooding disaster. Rainfall is I get 7 station including Cokro Tulung, Bawa, Karanongko, Tegal, Dur, Karangdowo, Ngumpit, and Ketandan. And if 7 station is get area to then the area is to get rainfall on the area, and then is the result of to L1C imagery to obtain land use data is given in 5 class, including good upland, open land, forest, agricultural land, and scrub. Is dominate is agricultural land in the Gaten district is until 15% of the area. And then the result of normal different vegetation index is to get index vegetation of the area study is to algorithm to estimate vegetation index from the satellite imagery, and if we process result obtain value ranges from minus 0.01 to 0.899. The Higger and DVI value indicates the greenness of the vegetation, the level of chlorophyll. in the plan is a higher, while the lower NDVI value indicates the level of greenness of vegetation. The level profile is plan is getting lower. And then normalized different water index is a NDVI method algorithm is used to compare the level witness in the satellite imagery from minus 0.4 to 0.762. The research data was recorded in September, so that most area in the district have low NDVI value because it's drought. The NDVI results show that the higher NDVI value, the higher the food potential level. On the contrary, the level of NDVI value, the lowest of the flood potential. And then land surface temperature is LST is the temperature of the Earth surface, which is the result of reflection object recorded by the satellite. In the study, define 5 class from 21 Celsius until higher from 41 Celsius. The most of the Klaten reclusive area has a surface temperature range from 21 until 26 Celsius. On the slope of Mountain Merapi is relative cool area compared to the area because is the higher altitude in the Klaten district. Area can relative weak ground temperature are is a Bayat district because Bayat is a low surface in the Klaten. Okay, is the result of potential food disaster. Potential food disaster was obtained from scoring using use NDVI, NDVI, LST, and support by regional condition data such as rainfall, hydrological, soil type, slope, river, and geological data. Is defined 5 class is very low, low, moderate, high, and very high. Is can see in the source of Klaten is more high and very high. In this potential for disaster are found in Bayat and Cawas district with the highest level of flood vulnerable. Now, you see why the Bayat and Cawas, I think is the farm is the slope is Cawas and Bayat is slow is deep in the south of Klaten, and then Cawas River flood is one of source of potential flood disaster. Okay, and the very high, I think in Bayat and Cawas is the highest level of flood variable. Conclusion, data land use NDVI, LSD are obtained from satellite imagery extraction, so they have advantage of being the ledge of data. This we can update the data every time we where the potential disaster. The result of the study determine the level of flood disaster is are categorized into 5 classification, include very low, moderate, high, and level of flood. These are equal district. The main factor for flooding in Klaten are slope, land use, and is across by Denkeng River. Okay, thank you. Your attention. I will be back to moderator, Prof. Suryono. Thank you very much, Mr.
Okay, Pak Nur Hadi, I think this very good presentations, and this very familiar locations of your research in Karangdowo, Bayat, and so on is near my village. I stay near Kalitungkeng before go to Semarang. In Karangdowo, Pak Nur Hadi. I think that I know the research area in your experiment. Hello, Pak Nur Hadi, are you stay? Can you see our questions? Hello. Okay.
Yes, Prof.
We will
Yes,
continue
Prof.
with questions and answers. So I invite of the other participants to give questions, and Pak Nur Hadi will to give answer about the GIS for flooding. This time is yours. I invite of the participants to give questions for Pak Nur Hadi. Please, Mbak Zahra, Pak Dijubowo, Daniel Jerry. Okay, Pak Nur Hadi, it's mean that we must give questions for you. I see that in your methodology, you edit many parameters. Would you like to see the presentations in methodology?
I can
Some
share.
of the presentations in methodology. Okay. I see that you have a scoring method. Scoring methods, you know, you can see
Yes.
it in this block.
Yeah.
You using a scoring method, but I not see how is to scoring it. How is to what is the method of scoring from many parameter in your flood disaster? Would you like to explain it, please?
Okay, is scoring is not used under method is actually AHP 3D system. I don't use many method. Is the scoring is the land use. I think is if it's for example, if land use I score of all two example build up is 1, upper land example is 2, and then I collect all parameter and get to sum the parameter to get flooding potential disaster. But I don't use another parameter about topsis or AHP or dysentery because this focus in remote sensing data and then combine to remote sensing because the time of the research is short, and then I can get the highest level to scoring using I think topsis, AHP or dysentery or another method is
Okay, I
scoring,
think this is a
underscoring.
good idea to solve the uh, how is to get decisions for your flooding. I think that Pak Nur Hadi have a know how is to do it. For example, using AHP and the other decisions.
Yeah.
And sometimes Pak Nur Hadi can presentation for the other situations, for the other seminar to college the accuracy of the decision. Okay, the other questions for the participants, please. The other questions for the participants. Okay, I think this is enough, Pak Nur Hadi. Thank you very much for your presentations. Remember me for the Klaten people. I stay in near Karangdowo, you know?
Yes, I know.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I work on the for 4 months to a project. I live in
Okay, yeah.
here.
Yeah, my village is Karangdowo near the Kalitenggang River.
Okay. Yes.
Kalitenggang River. Okay. Okay, I will to continue with the other participants.
Okay. Thank you,
Mbak Ratna.
Prof.
Okay.
Kirana.
Yeah, thank you.
Prof. Imanda already here?
Yes, I'm here. I'm so
Okay.
sorry I was late because I'm just about finish my other Zoom meeting, Prof. I'm
Okay,
really
no
sorry.
problem. Okay, no problem, Mbak Amanda. Imanda, Mbak Imin. Okay, it's been that for next presenter is Mbak Imanda from Salatiga.
All
Are you
right.
ready to presentations? Mbak
Yes,
Imanda?
inshallah,
Okay,
Prof.
this time is yours. This
Okay.
time is yours. You have 15 minutes, 10 minutes from presentation, and we'll continue with 5 minutes for discuss.
Okay,
Please.
thank you. Okay, thank you so much, Prof. Suryono. Please let me share my screen. Have my screen can be seen? Yes. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I can search.
Okay, thank you, Prof. Suryono. Let me zoom it out. Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Imanda Firmantias Putri from IAIN Salatiga, and my paper is titled with an evaluation of IMANI's growth, barriers, and challenges to build green finance on post-COVID era. Before I explain about my paper, let me explain about the section of my papers. They are abstract. First is abstract, and then section 1 I will explain about introductory overview about Imani and focusing on how Imani relate to green finance and millennial generation. And section 2 I will highlight about the theory of Imani application to reach sustainable goals in post-COVID era. Section 3 outline the method of my research, and this research will conducted with qualitative method and with source triangulation. And then section 4 describe the result and discussion, and the section 5 I will explain about research implication, limitation, and recommendation. Okay, this is my abstract. As we know, since paper money is one of the COVID-19 transmission media, and some of
the previous study found that salmonella and then other viruses and bacteria will transmit by the paper money, so that a touchless alternative is needed. E-money is the best alternative. And the study analyzed about the growth, barriers, and challenges of e-money as a new means of payment in Indonesia by raising an empirical study on the millennial generation. Data collection of this study carried out through interviews with 2 managers of e-money issuer companies and 18 of millennial e-money customers. This paper using qualitative methods and concludes that the strategy for developing e-monies is to create innovation that can make it safer for users to meet their daily needs, especially in this post-COVID era. And then also to increase promos and cashback at merchants, with the products issued is also the most favorite development strategy for the customers. But the obstacle that faced by e-money customers is still including the safety issues, and then limited merchants, unstable provider networks, and also socio-cultural factors, because their habit is still using conventional cash payment methods. And the challenges that e-money issuer face is competitor, of course, so that millennial Indonesia is an emerging market for e-money. And this study is the first qualitative study to bring together the topic of e-money, millennials, and green finance. Okay, we now discuss about the section 1, introduction. I will discuss about the support for the use of e-money has increased since the COVID-19 era. As we know that the study on the effect of banknotes and coin health risks trigger touchless payment technologies to becoming a new lifestyle for Indonesian millennial in the COVID-19 era. And millennials, as we know, is digital natives, and nearly all of their practice, including financial activities, are digital and internet-based. Millennial tends to be a cashless society. They are the owner of e-wallets and also e-money. And the rise of e-money nowadays is in the 2020, as the COVID years in Indonesia. If we compare it with 2019, the number of e-money circulation rise about 47.9%. So that the purpose of this study is to examine the perception of e-money customers and also publisher about the growth, challenges, and opportunities. What is green finance? Green finance is a combination of environmentally friendly behavior and the world of finance and business, or relationship between finance and ecology. Actually, green finance in Indonesia has been started in 1999, which was initiated by Central Bank of Indonesia or Bank Indonesia. This step accommodated in green central banking activity, such as using technology. As we know, technology is a tool in green finance development. The existence of technology will lead to innovation that will achieve the goals of doing green finance, solve problems that may arise, and support policies to achieve sustainability of green finance. In addition, innovation with technology will be a trigger in efficiency. E-money is defined as the stored value of money, where a record of the funds is stored on an electronic device. Currently, e-money become emerging payment for business system in the world, including Indonesia. Okay, and then the method of this research is qualitative, conducting structure interviews with 20 people. 2 of them are publisher and 18 of them are customers. And the people who have IMANI at least a year will be eligible for to be a participant. The goal is they have further understanding for using IMANI. The study use manual data analysis from data obtained, then transcript them, encode them, query them, annotate them, and map the data. There are four variables that we indicate. They are the respondent demographic information, and then IMANI's growth information, IMANI's barrier information, and IMANI's challenges information. In the respondent demographic, we analyze their name of company, position in the company, and so on. In the growth information for publisher, we ask them about the goal of their company issuing the IMANI, and then the development of if IMANI in their company in these last 5 years, and then the development of IMANI before and post COVID, how is it, and then the innovation that they make to respond the COVID era. And then for customer respondent, we ask them about knowledge of IMANI, the type of IMANI they use, the purpose, their purpose of using IMANI, and then the history of use the IMANI usage, how many years, and then their usage before or pre and post COVID, and then their awareness that using IMANI will minimize the risk of COVID transmission. And then for barrier information, we ask them about security, infrastructure, legal formal, and social culture. For challenges, for publisher, we ask them about how competitor companies become their challenges and how marketing issue become their challenges. For customer, how they think about discount, how they think about explicit fees, and the merchants. And then the results, 2 of the manager of IMANI publisher is come from Bank Mandiri and Bank Syariah Mandiri. They are experiences for more than 6 years, while the customers is chosen 10 junior millennials. Junior millennials, I mean here is they are 21 until 28 years old, and 8 senior millennials, they are 29 to 36 years old.
Hello, Mbak Imanda, you
Yes?
have 3 minutes to left your presentations, please.
Okay, I'll make it short. And then we denote the respondent by this code, P1, P2 for publisher, C1 till C10, and C11 to C18 for customer. And then in the result, we find that two publisher in line, they respond in line with the customer that there are increase or there are growth in the IMANI usage in the previous 5 years, and the rise is higher when the COVID-19 outbreak. But although there are higher rise in the pandemic, the growth is not significant, only around 10 to 15%. And then the barrier, they said that although they use IMANI for safety reason, but still the most or the first reason they use the IMANI is still effectivity and efficiency. And then the challenges of publisher, they still think that BCA still be the first competitor for Mandiri. and also for Bank Syariah Indonesia, they think that BRI is the first competitor. And then they try to improving their marketing strategy by improving product promos and features. And then so that I can conclude that during the pandemic, the use of e-money is increasing. But however, e-money still have several barriers, such as security issues, system error, limited signal, sociocultural, and also some challenges such as literacy, and then consumer loyalty, administration fee, and lack of merchants. It is hoped that the result of this review will be useful for formulating further strategies for development e-money, especially for millennial generation. I think that's all that I can explain, that I can present. Thank you so much for Mr. Prof. Suryono and also for the host. Thank you so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, thank you, Mbak Imanda. I will to continue with the discussion, and I invite for the other participants to give questions for Mbak Imanda, and will be answer with Mbak Imanda for the questions. Okay. The time is yours for all of the participants to give a discuss with Mbak Imanda about how is the e-money for COVID problem in this pandemic. Okay, Mbak Imanda, do you have some statistics to give conclusions from your research? Do you have a statistic or some calculations to get that this e-money is very comfortable, or this security is very secure, and so on?
Okay.
Do you have some statistic?
Okay. Actually, my research is based on a qualitative study, but the statistic about how e-money can be the can be the solution in this post-COVID era for safety reason is found in the previous study, Prof. In China study, it is found that even in China, where the virus first spread, they disinfected and destroyed cash to further mitigate the spread of coronavirus, and they prefer to use e-money. It is the research from Skakusatse and Liu, titled with Coronavirus, Case for Digital Money.
Okay. I invite the other participants to give questions, please. If you cannot speak in English, you can using in Bahasa Indonesia, or the other might be. Yeah, I will to try to translate it. But I think that all the participants is from Indonesia. Bisa dengan menggunakan bahasa Indonesia. Ini teman kita semua. Okay. Yeah. Okay. No questions. I think that this is enough for Mbak Imanda. Mbak Imanda, are you a student or lecturer in IAIN Salatiga?
I'm a lecturer in IAIN Salatiga,
Lecturer.
but I still a student in Universitas Islam Indonesia, Prof. Wish
Okay.
me luck
What is
in
your
finishing
department?
my dissertation.
This
Accounting.
NPSG.
Yes.
What's
Accounting,
economic?
Prof.
Oh,
Accounting.
accounting. It's mean the device of economic.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Good luck for Mbak Imanda.
Thank you so much.
I think that sometime you can continue with the information system method to get a data of the calculations index. For example, security information system is we have some method to get what is the information system is secure or not. So for the other method, how is to get information is the Imani is comfortable or not. For example, using a statistic.
Thank you for the info.
I think that is very good idea.
Okay, thank you so much. Prof.
How many semester? Mbak Imanda?
I'm still finishing my dissertation, my thesis.
It means that you stay in 10 semester maybe. Okay, thank you, Mbak Ratna. Room timekeeper. Any other participants will come in this?
I don't think so, sir. But maybe before we leave the
Okay.
Discord room, we can take a picture first. Please turn on all of your camera, please.
Yeah. But I'm very sorry. I can show our camera because no, I stay in hospital.
Oh.
It hurts. but I can show a little file in here in rumah sakit Rumani. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We wish you get well, Prof.
Okay.
Rumah sakit Rumani.
Okay, we'll take it.
But I'm in hard situations, in fit situations. But Ratna, it means that the presentation is finished today.
Yeah, already finished.
So yeah, I will to try to show our picture in profile. After that, you can catch the picture of the participants.
Right.
Ini saya sedang ini perawatan kesehatan.
Oh ya.
Ya. Tapi nanti pulang.
Oh ya. Oke.
Saya tidak bisa mengubah ini, Mbak. Untuk ini, kalau gitu tanpa foto saya aja nggak apa-apa ya?
Ya, nggak apa-apa.
Ya, silahkan.
Oke, saya mulai ya.
Silahkan.
1, 2, 3. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Please, for the participant, don't forget to fill the absentee in the link is in the chat. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you all of the participants, and I hope you can keep the protocol kesehatan in COVID. I think that is very serious problem for our health. Saya terkena COVID sekeluarga ini, kebetulan ini tinggal ini menyelesaikan saja. Sudah lebih dari 14 hari ya, nanti saya akan tes untuk kesehatan. Okay, thank you for your
Get well soon, Prof. Get well soon.
Thank you Mbak Imanda, Mas Didi, ya, Mbak Nur Aziza, Pak Saiful Anwar from Salatiga, and it's mean that the time is enough and you can live from this seminar. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh.
wabarakatuh. Thank you, Prof. Suryono.
Thank you, Prof.
Excuse me, dear host, can
Yes?
I get the link, absensi link?
Okay, I'll copy it again.
Okay. You can DM me.
Oke, udah